Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brendan McCauley. It is officially 2 p.m. on a Saturday, September 16th, and I just want to do a real quick corporate email mastery welcome video for you specifically. I know I've reached out to a number of you guys. So we've got the kids running around on the weekend, so just trying to squeeze in a video real quick to get us all on the same page. So I got a couple bullet points. I want to go over those real fast so you know really what to expect, what the program looks like, what you guys can expect from me, what I'd like to expect from you, and just go over a few things. So this shouldn't take but maybe about 5 minutes. Quick little welcome video. We'll get straight into it. So first and foremost, I just want to thank you guys for joining me. I am going to keep this beta test to a small group of people. I'm limited to about 10. The reason I'm doing that is I really want to get full out, interaction, engagement. I didn't want to blow it up too big. I also didn't want 2 or 3 people only because that way I want to make sure I've got some good comprehensive data. That way I can get some good feedback. We can get a good discussion group going. It's a mix of a couple previous coworkers I've had, a few friends that I just know are in a 9 to 5 kind of job and they use Microsoft Outlook a lot. And then there's also a few of you are the first time I've actually been introduced to you, so it's nice to officially meet you, and I appreciate you guys being willing to take this on. Let's see. Okay, one thing important to note. So this program is not an app. It has nothing to do with data breach or security or anything you have to add, nothing you have to install. Everything I'm going to show you is already in Microsoft Outlook. It's just a more efficient way on how to do so. And I'll go over exactly what the program is going to look like. Just know that everything we do is nothing is permanent. All right, everything's totally reversible. It's just really a different way to look at your inbox. That's going to be much more efficient. And I'll explain the reason really why I created this in the first place. But just understand that everything you do can be undone. So don't feel like you're getting locked into something and then, after you do it or you're halfway, you're like, no, I don't like it. So that won't be a problem. As far as the reason why I created the program, so I worked in a corporate office for about 10 years. I just stopped about a year and a half ago, started to chase more of an entrepreneurial lifestyle. And with that, one of the biggest things I found, my mom was actually, I kind of followed my mom's footsteps. So she rose up through the C-suite, CFO, CEO, the whole 9 yards. And what I noticed is that the higher you get in the organization, or even when you're first starting, is that they don't typically show you how to use Microsoft Outlook efficiently. A lot of it's kind of learn as you go, and there's some help out there. There's some things that are good recommendations, but Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, there's a lot of instruction on how to use that. Outlook, I never found one that was really helpful. So what I wound up doing a little before I ended up leaving the company was I researched for about a good 5 months, between 3 to 5 months, as far as what are the recommendations that most people have. And when I went in there, I found there was really 3 steps in particular that if you use these, and again, I'll explain the system and how it works, it just does wonders. I mean, so most of the people wind up spending just hours and hours and hours of shuffling through their inbox, dragging stuff, moving it over, marking it red versus unread, then having to come back. And it's a whole monotony of stuff that just goes into it that, if there was a way that you could be more effective at it. And ultimately what I did was I kind of beta tested this with a few people at my office, worked out really well, so well actually that they brought it up to the corporate office. I wound up teaching them. And because of that, my goal now is that I want to bring a massive amount of value to people, and also be able to generate residual income for myself. So this is a great way for me to kind of get an additional beta test out there. I already have some testimonials, and getting some more from you guys would be extremely helpful. So hopefully you'll get a ton of value out of this. As far as what I'm asking of you, so first thing, the program is totally free. All right, so for you, you don't have to pay me anything. The program's probably going to retail for about $9.97 when it's all said and done. I am asking that you do play full out. And when I say that, I mean, so if you're going to go in this, you're going to be part of this beta test and this test group, that I really want you to focus and commit to being able to do this and to trust the system, because I promise the system works. And if there's anything, again, this is also part of a beta test. So when I created this, I had one initial goal where, you have a ton of email coming in. And the ultimate goal was that when you sit down and you have hundreds of emails in your inbox, one of the most important things that I've learned is that you want to try and keep it simple. And if you can, when you first come in, have the top 3 priorities of the day marked down of, okay, I need to accomplish A, B, and C, and then to keep everything else organized, then you're going to be way more efficient. So ultimately, that's what this system is going to give you. It's going to give you a ton of organization, the ability to clear out an inbox really quick, stay super organized, not have to fiddle with a whole bunch of filings and systems and all the rest of that. And it makes a lot more sense logically, especially when you look at your email from a 30,000 foot view as opposed to just a shit ton of emails. You're now going to have things categorized. That's going to, you can go to it instantaneously. You can search for stuff super quickly. So I think you guys are going to get a lot out of it. But again, this goes back to trusting the system. So a lot of it's not going to make sense when you first go through it, especially for steps 1, which is the foundation, and then 2 and 3. But when you get to 4 and you see how all of it runs together, the whole thing comes together very collectively, and you'll be like, okay, good, now I see what it's like. Okay, so, also, if you can please take a screenshot, not of all your emails and everything, but I want you to take a screenshot of the bottom left of your screen. So when you go into Outlook, it typically says inbox, and then right next to inbox, it says the number of emails you have. Now, if you only have like 10 or 15 emails, it's really not that big of a deal, but some people I've worked with prior, when they got the system up and running, had 8,000 emails. Okay, they had a lot. So ultimately, it'll help you be able to whittle those down. So if you be able to take a screenshot of the bottom left-hand corner, we're going to use that kind of as like a before and after, and that would be super helpful. The other part of this, I want you guys to give me your honest feedback. Okay, so the only way I can make this course phenomenal is if you be completely honest with me. Tell me the things you love, tell me the things you don't like. You may love this, but then there might be a couple specific questions that you guys have. So what I'd like to do is keep all the discussions and the chats in the private Facebook group. Now, if you're getting this video and you're not on Facebook, then let's chat one-on-one. And I like to be able to bring those discussions into the Facebook group because it's a lot easier when I just have one wall, a post of all the things of like, hey, I got to step 2, but I got a question about this, or I'm working on categories. How would you recommend I approach it? And as we're going through this, there's, not everyone's situation is going to be identical, but a lot of you will have the same kind of questions. So if I can answer the question for one person, then chances are A, it'll answer the questions for a lot of other folks. And then B, what I'd like to do is if we can do maybe some one-on-one stuff, or I can do some Facebook Lives, I can record those, make those as part of the course. That way, whoever comes to take the course afterwards, they can benefit from it greatly because either they'll have the same questions or be in a similar situation. So if you guys are willing to give me honest feedback, that's part of playing full out, and that would be super helpful, and I would greatly appreciate it. Towards the end, after you go through all this, one of the biggest ways you're able to help me, especially because, like I said, I want to be able to bring this to you guys for free. I want to be able to get you guys feedback, but the thing that helps me out the most is the testimonial. And there's a whole instruction list, I guess, you could say, at the back of the course when you finally complete it, that gives you an idea of like, okay, I'm not looking for a full production, but something pretty simple, 1 to 2 minute video. Hey, look, here's my experience. Here's where I started. This is where I'm at now. The page, when you guys first go there, you'll see I've already got 3 testimonials from people in the past. A buddy of mine cleaned out his inbox. He had 1,000+ emails. He got them done in under an hour, and he was like just warming up. So I know this is going to do a lot for you guys. But if you would be able to give me that testimonial at the end, that would be super, super helpful. Really impactful for the course, and it would also allow people to realize that a course like this is not a scam. Because I think a lot of times you'll see courses out there, they'll promote to do this and do that and do that. They don't really come through. So just honest feedback and testimonies would be great. So before we begin, I'm going to actually, somewhere either on this video, or I'll send you a link, or there will be a link somewhere, there's an email efficiency questionnaire. It gives me a really good idea of where you guys currently stand, where are you with email, and what's the best way I can help you guys out. And then once you complete that survey, at the very end of the survey, it gives you instructions, so pay attention. So after you complete the survey and it says thank you, look at the very bottom of that. It'll give you guys a course coupon. It'll get a link straight to the course. So you can get in there, you can start it right away. So that's going to be step number 1, is I want you guys to take this email efficiency questionnaire, go to it, complete it, use the coupon code, and then that way you can put that in when you go to purchase the course, and then you can start the course right away. So as far as the way the course works, it's broken down into 4 parts. So the first part, we're going to call it your foundation. And that's really a setting up of a couple of data files. And again, I'll explain all the data files and stuff in the course. I'm not really going to explain it now, but just an overview. So you're going to create some data files, a little bit of a different way to file to file all your emails on a go-forth basis. So instead of multiple emails, we're going to have only 2, or max maybe about 3 folders going forward. Again, some situations will change a little bit, but we're going to shrink that down. Second one, So part of the foundation is the way that we're going to view our screens. So there's different ways to view certain panes. And then each one of those folders, we're going to set up the views on those. So that's the whole foundation, is really just how you're going to set up the way your Outlook is going to look. So that way it's going to be easier for you to use it on a go-forward basis, and it'll make more sense when you actually start putting it into practice. Second part's going to be categories. Categories, some of us use them, some of us maybe don't. So your categories will be the ultimate thing that's going to decide. It's kind of like a 30,000 foot view of everything that you do. So that's going to help you to decipher when you first walk into the office, the couple categories right off the bat. So you'll have like an urgent, a when possible. That'll be like the first 24 to 48 hours that if something gets categorized as that, then you know you have to do that. Right off the bat. And then any other categories is really just going to be a grouping of other sections of areas that you work on. So now, instead of your entire inbox just being a bunch of emails from random people, it'll all be under one specific category with the person underneath that, with the pertinent information underneath that. Third part is quick steps. Some people have no idea what quick steps are. Quick steps is really a one-click button that performs a multitude of different functions in Outlook that speeds up your time tremendously. Quick steps, so the only thing I have against quick steps, unfortunately, is because I'm a Mac user, they do make Microsoft products for Apple users. However, quick steps is really what makes this whole thing sing. So after you've done the foundation, after you've done the categories, quick steps is really what makes this thing go so super fast, and that is one thing they left out for Microsoft Outlook for Apple users. So unfortunately, guys, if you do use an Apple and you do use Outlook, which I do as well, the whole system doesn't really work so hot because it's missing that piece. However, if you do have a corporate job, 9 to 5, most of them use a Windows-based platform, so HP, Dell, whatever, and you can use this for that for sure. The fourth piece that we're going to do is using the actual system. All right, so great. We got step 1, we got step 2, we've got step 3. Step 4 is putting the whole entire thing together, and I'm going to walk you through step by step now that you've got everything set up on exactly what that looks like, how do you use it, answer any additional questions that you might have. And then after you've done that, there's 2 bonus videos, which is going to just help you save some more time. Cool tricks with dragging emails, creating tasks, creating calendars, and some stuff from there. So at the end of the course, there's also going to be a final survey. I do just want to get you guys feedback, see what your thoughts are on it. And again, the last thing, and I can't say it enough because it really, really, really is going to help me out a lot, is that if you gain true value out of it, just to give me an honest testimonial and feedback throughout the entire course. So guys, that's really it. Thank you again so much. I really look forward to you guys being able to start and complete the Corporate Email Mastery course. Again, hopefully you guys can start it on this Saturday, get a little bit ahead of the curve, start doing it this week, and then ultimately, as far as the length of time it'll take, I've broken so you have your 4 sections and your 2 bonus videos. Each one of those sections probably has anywhere between, the smallest one is 5 videos, longest one I want to say is 12 or 13 videos. Each one's anywhere between 30 seconds to a couple minutes. So if you really took time, like all day tomorrow, you literally could sit down, probably go through this entire thing. I'd probably say 5 hours worth of watching. So, and that's, you'd probably have to go to the video, pause it, go to yours, follow the step, go back to the video, pause, so on and so forth until, you've nailed down all the stuff. As you go through this, if you get stuck on anything, I want you to put that in the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, I want you to either text me or I want you to email me. And I'll promise to get back to you as soon as possible. Going through this program will not hamper you from how you normally get emails and everything else. Okay, so this is something you can do on the side when you have some time. My recommendation is try and take this next week, every day after you come back from work, or plan maybe one day, like next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or this weekend if you still have time. Go through, knock it out, and then that way you don't have to worry about it. So guys, that's my rant. I know it's probably a little over 5 minutes. Anyways, I hope you gain a ton of value from this. If you really think there's another person that can benefit from doing this, I'll consider letting them into the test group, but you need to let me know immediately, so that way, because I've got a certain amount of coupons, and once you use that coupon, you basically get in for free. But outside of that, I'm excited to get started with you guys. Can't wait. And again, in the Facebook group, you'll see a message from me. That's just going to be a quick little welcome video, which is this video right here. Please go ahead and introduce yourselves a little bit, about, where you struggle with some of your email stuff, and I'll also get that in the questionnaire. But all right, enough rambling. I will talk to you guys soon.